Find a scar on your body. Drag your fingernail across it. Notice how the sensation shifts. The surface is tougher, less responsive. It's almost as if you're touching a different material than the skin around it. We tend to think of healing as a restorative process, that a wound closes and the body returns to its original, unblemished state. This blank document represents the alexithymia of a scar, a literal loss of words or sensory language. At the moment of a deep injury, the body's original biological script is erased. It doesn't actually rebuild what was lost. Instead, the body chooses to replace that piece of you with a crude, durable substitute. Every scar you carry is a biological marker for a part of the self that died and was replaced by a more rigid architecture. This egg timer illustrates the triage system your body enters during an injury. It is a frantic race against infection and acute failure. The goal isn't perfection. It's closing the breach before the eggs of your health fall off the building. Tissues like bone can take weeks to regenerate their original strength, but your skin is your first line of defense. It cannot wait. It prioritizes a rapid patch over the slow, perfect renewal of original tissue. This potential for perfect rejuvenation is usually reserved for stem cells, the amorphous blanks that can shift form and become whatever tissue the body needs. But in the chaos of a deep wound, the body often bypasses this metamorphic potential in favor of speed. These sunbathing avocados represent the healthy cellular ecosystem of your skin, which relies on a constant balance of tenderness and rot. In a healthy state, cells are constantly dying and being replenished in a quiet, organized cycle. A major injury shatters this ecosystem. The healing engine becomes a system of forced compromises, where your ability to feel the world is traded for the ability to survive it. When you are cut, specialized cells called fibroblasts rush in to dump a protein matrix, but they don't weave it into the flexible, basket-like pattern of normal skin. Instead, they lay down rigid, parallel fibers. They essentially pave over the wound with biological concrete. Because of this rigid alignment, the new material is fundamentally different. It lacks sweat glands, hair follicles, and Meissner's corpuscles, the specialized receptors that allow your brain to detect light touch. It is a dead zone in your sensory map. This silhouette emerging from a pill captures the result. The body has used its own cells as a living drug, a crude mechanical intervention designed to stop the bleeding, regardless of the long-term sensory cost. You are left with a piece of yourself that has been effectively replaced by an unfeeling, unyielding scaffolding. This shared biological logic extends deep beneath the skin. Both your skin and your nervous system stem from the same embryonic tissue, the ectoderm. This shared origin is why we see a similar patching behavior in the brain following a psychological wound. When trauma occurs, the brain enters a high-stress mode to survive. It creates flashbacks that cause you to relive the mental and physical experience of the injury as if it were happening in the present. Just as fibroblasts lay down rigid collagen, the traumatized brain reorganizes itself. It bypasses flexible, branching neural pathways and instead reinforces heavy, repetitive loops that defend against a threat that no longer exists. This reorganization is a survival mechanism, but it comes at a cost. Just as scar tissue loses its receptors for touch, a brain trapped in these loops loses its capacity to feel the safety of the present. Both physical and psychological scars ensure your survival, but they do so by permanently altering your biological structure. They are the body's way of ensuring you continue on, even if the you that continues is different. The original, flexible organism is gone. In its place is a version of yourself that is tougher, more defensive, but less sensitive to the world. How much of your original self is left after a lifetime of survival? Next, your brain has been deleting your personality since you were 2 years old.